It does fit. That's interesting. Your mission is to shop at Dorkside Toys. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Today, let's take a little look at the Hasbro 20th Anniversary Marvel Legends Captain America. Now, the 20th anniversary obviously refers to Wave 1 of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends, which came out, good grief, has it been 20 years? And it's fitting that I get Captain America first because, like Steve Rogers, I'm finding myself very nostalgic. I am fighting the urge to just, well, back in my day, we used to have a blowtorch and a jackhammer to get into the packages in the Toys R Us parking lot. I'm telling you what, you kids these days got it so easy. I didn't think it hit me this hard, but now that I have it in hand, man, this is what got me into 6-inch action figures. Well, not this, the original Captain America. Spider-Man Classics was, siren songing me, just After several months of walking past Captain America and Hulk and Iron Man and Toad, I finally broke. And when I did, it was just like sheer love of the engineering and the articulation and the larger scale and what I could do compared to what I had been collecting, the Star Wars stuff, which is fine in its own right, but there was something special about this. And yeah, I said several months. By today's standards, that would be an absolute failure of a toy line. Looking at the package, very nostalgic, but it has some modern tweaks to it. It's not fully covered in plastic, hermetically sealed. And you see the picture in the back that was the cover of the comic. I wish that filled up this whole bubble, because that's one of the most memorable things about those old Marvel Legends. The comic book was essentially the card back. It was all art except for these lines running down the sides. And that brings back a lot of memories, but most of all, it's this logo. The back is very evocative too. It doesn't have the other figures in Wave 1, but it does list them, like Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Toad. We also didn't need these small parts warnings back in my day. If you shoved a toy in your mouth, if you choked on an action figure, it was your own goddamn fault. Still, don't put them in your mouth. All in all, pretty simple. There's some cardboard, there's some plastic. Am I supposed to be pretty about this? Am I supposed to keep this intact? Oh, it's sandwiched between two pieces of cardboard. I may keep that. That's just kind of cool. There's the stand. This clamps into there, so you can have a stand with a cool little backdrop. Flip it around, and there is a drawing of the stand that came with that old Captain America. It'd make for a nice display, but oh, look at that! What we needed. I don't need any more warnings. Lots of stuff, though. When it comes down to it, as much as I fawned over the packaging and, the tweaking of nostalgia bones, it's the figure that I wanted. Just look at the power here, the presence. I mean, we knew what to expect. This is mostly reuse of the 80th anniversary Captain America, which is a damn fine figure, and I'll admit, at the time I thought, I will never need another Captain America again. This is it. This is the pinnacle. This is my main display Captain America. But now this one comes along, and I find myself saying the same thing. Again, it's 95%, well, almost 97% reuse if I were to go out on a limb. But the slight tweaks, and, especially the color palette, it just puts this one so far over the top. It's hard to let this one go, but oh boy. This is the Captain America I remember reading in junior high. And besides the nostalgia tug of the packaging, just the colors here, it's taking me back. The lighter blues, the reds, the bright white, everything just pops. The sculpted scale mail, again, we saw that here with its darker blue, with the metallic sheen sprayed up on top. With the new one, they put a little paint dab on every individual scale. And it's on the back too. So it still matches the blue of the pants, the blue of the mask, but there's something extra going on besides the sculpt. It's such a neat detail. The reds also get this wash of a darker red that fills in the crevices, goes down into the wrinkles, the musculature, to kind of make it pop. But it also comes off as kind of cell shading. There's a slight cartoony feel to it, but you get back away from it and it works as a shading effect. But since it's in the red, I would have liked to have seen it in the white too. Just like a slight gray to fall into the crevices there. Because it's not just my lights washing that out, it is the whiteness of the white. It's the brightness of the bright. Everything goes to his chest. And I can't even complain about that. Nice silver on the buckle, applied nicely, at least under the naked eye. I can't see much slop there. Little blue bleeding over on the belt loop. Those are painted around the back too. And that same red shading back here. The blue on the legs could probably use some shading too, again, to match the aesthetic of here. but I almost feel like that would take away from the chest. I'm back and forth here when it comes to the paint apps. Because then you get down to the boots with the cuffs and the points and the Captain America-ness of it all. There's that wash again, almost looking a little dirty, like it was kind of slopped on there. But it's still a neat effect, a nice effort. Speaking of sculpt changes, I'm not sure why this came along. Maybe wrinkles is a more modern thing because they changed out the top of the leg. The hips, I guess you could say, if you're into anatomy and such. It does make for a cleaner effect. And again, because of the plainness there, your eyes drift up that way. And then of course there's a new head, giving it a much more classic feel. Like the darker colors and I guess the crotch wrinkles, this has a more modern flair to it. The new head feels more full and almost more appropriate for this body somehow. Like the proportions work better here. Now looking at this almost seems elongated and not quite this. The more I compare, the more it's like, okay, you can go away now, old cap. The head wings more subdued, smaller. I like how they flare out more than this. These go up and back. Again, oh man, that's some childhood right there. The eyes, is this one, or is it the sculpt? Is it the shadow? What's going on there? Still better than this. But I do agree that it does look like the eye hole in the mask goes up further than the paint actually does. I'd like to see more skin tone, and I guess I usually think of Captain America having his eyebrows showing a bit. I have this harness on the new one. It is a separate piece, so if you don't care for that, if you're wanting to go completely classic Captain America, take that off. 'Cause I don't know if that's supposed to represent the straps of the shield when he's wearing it on his back or what, but if you want just the clean look, you can go with that. Despite what I said about everything being all classic, I kind of like this. Makes it feel slightly more tactical. Going over articulation, there is a hinge in the neck with a ball joint going up into the skull. Allows for so much up and so much down. There's a little room around that ball joint so you can get some tilt and some tilt. Side to side. Pin coming out to the arm rotates all the way around. Hinge at the shoulder comes up to there. Swivel at the bicep. Double elbow comes up to there. He's got a big glove cuff, runs into the bicep. Swivel at the wrist with a hinge in and out. Feels like that would have been a perfect opportunity to do a ball joint or a dumbbell joint in the torso. But the hinge is also nicely hidden by the stripes of the costume. Crunch forward, arcs back. Oh, and opens up right there. Hello, hello, hello. The belt is a separate piece. You can float it up a little bit if you're going for that older school look. Bring it down for a more modern feel. Does a nice job of hiding the waist swivel. Ball coming out to the hip allows the leg to go here and here. And not as great as some Spider-Mans. Swivel at the thigh. Double knee comes up. Again with the cuffs. Captain America, your fashion is just getting in the way of your range of motion. Still impressive though. Swivel at the boot top. Hinge at the ankle goes, whoa, way back. Forward. Front facing pin for rocker. For accessories, Captain America comes with 2 fists. Those just pop out. Oh, and it's so nice. Especially after messing with a lot of imports lately, where you're constantly fighting the joint or the tightness or something. It's nice to just go pop in, pop out. Pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. Also comes with a set of splayed out hands. Pop out, pop in. Then he comes with a right chop hand or palm strike or salute. And then a left pointer for directing troops or giving a bad guy the what for. For the head, again, oh, look at that. It pops so nicely. There's this cowl down piece with the head wings that you can put over the neck. And then an unmasked Steve Rogers head. The neck piece is okay. It's sculpted to fit over the musculature and around the neck, but it just kind of flops there as you move it around. But the unmasked head is a nice sculpt. The hair is a separate piece. The eyes are painted nicely. Good skin tone. Wash to the hair, bringing out the details. But I think the highlights or some color of the hair was printed on, because at a normal distance it looks okay. And then we get to here and the sculpt flows up, but the colors flow down. You get too close and it starts to fall apart a bit. Lots and lots of room up there. You can get all kinds of tilt and shift and forward and back and around. The big point of contention here seems to be the shield. This is how it's packaged, with this electric effect stuck onto it. And if you didn't know before you bought it, you'd soon find out that there are peg holes in the shield. Then there's also this slash effect that is very Wolverine-esque, and that's why there's 2 squares and a round hole. That way you put this on in the same direction every time. You can't put it on backwards or break something. It's nicked. That's right, bub. Or there are these 3 bullet effects. There is a flat spot on the round one that you have to match up to get that to plug in. Apparently I have this one upside down. Oh, and these aren't squares. That one has a cut corner, and this is actually a rectangle. There, and then there. So that's a neat effect too. He's blocking. But the big problem is there's no neutral position. There's no just plain shield. Come out. You can't use this without effects, which is even more of a shame because this shield is so much better than the one that came with the 80th anniversary. The brightness of the colors, the shininess, but more than anything, it's the size. This feels like he can get behind it more, you know, as he's running, even though you can still shoot him in the legs. But hey, even the inside looks metallic. And I know swirly twirly's not everybody's thing, but I like it. Then it has the old peg that hinges into a clip. The peg, you can plug it into his back. Ooh, looks good. I like it when you can see some of the shield sticking up and out. Still happens on the old one, but not near as much. Look at that. Then there's the clip for the wrist. And sometimes I worry about these because I have had these snap off. See how, oh, no, that one's nice and firm. I guess they could have just had plugs with paint on them to kind of hide it, but got a little paint slop right there too. Now I'm nitpicking because, oh, so offensive. And there's this too. Oh, and he even looks good standing neutral. This Captain America stands at about 6 3/8 to the top of his head, which scales great with other classic top figures like the Marvel Legends Iron Man and Thor. It's easy to forget how small Wolverine is until you get him up beside Captain America and Iron Man. And coming back around, because I forgot this, here he is with a more classic looking Black Widow and then the newest Red Skull. Oh, that just works so well. So at the end of the day, you're looking at my new main shelf Captain America, my new favorite Captain America. I wish I still had that old Toy Biz Wave 1 version so I could compare these two. Even though I know this one now beats it as far as sculpt goes, articulation, integration, range of motion. Although that original head sculpt did outclass the majority of Captain America's that's come out since then. I'm going to say we finally have a winner because the head sculpt here and the overall presence and presentation and feel, oh, it works completely. It's my Captain America. I don't know how many times I can say that. But it's always going to come back around to the shield. As I was trying to take pictures, I thought, man, he'd be cool in the neutral position with just holding the shield up. But it's always in action. And when it comes to accessories, especially one as important as the shield, there should always be a neutral position. There should always be the possibility for vanilla pose. Now, I get it. I do appreciate the extras, and they are very nice. It works for dioramas or photos, whatever you want to do. It's a shame because I feel like a lot of people are just focusing on that, which I get. It's a biggie, but they're missing out on the figure. Hasbro, give us another chance at this shield without the holes in it. Same size, same colors, same shape. It could come with someone else. Maybe that won't be so, oh, they're always trying to sell as a Captain America. Oh, it would have been a perfect opportunity with the upcoming US agent. Or give us a super classic Captain America to make up for the one that you gave us years ago with the exposed neck and the shield with the point on it. Add this with that, and then everyone will be happy. Get a classic Cap, get his shield, get a shield back for this figure. But if you enjoyed the review, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. Wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Now, do I use the electric effect, the slash effect, or the bullet? The bullets are the least obtrusive. They're the least noticeable. Maybe a third party with this cast with the holes filled in, and then maybe decals for the reds and the blues? Because I ain't painting those straight lines. Not happening.